Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss about char data type in Java and character class. So what is a char data type? Character variable and character constant, declaration, initialization and assignment, char array, inputting characters, ASCII codes, character class and character functions. What is a char data type? We can say that any letter, digit or special symbol enclosed within single quotes is known as a character. So any information that is enclosed in single quote, that can be a special symbol like @ like dollar, like asterisk, that can be any number like 5, 7, 0, that can be any alphabet like A, B, XYZ. So anything which is enclosed in single quote is known as a character. In Java, we have the char data type which is used to store such characters, and the size of any char variable is 2 bytes. Now what is a char variable and what is a char constant? A variable which stores any character value is known as a character variable. A character constant is any character enclosed in single quotes which can be assigned to any character variable. For example, A within single quote, 4 within single quote and $sign within single quote. Now let us talk about the declaration, initialization and assignment. First example, char ch semicolon. This is the declaration of any character variable. In the second example, we are doing initialization. Char ch2 equal to A in single quote. So we are initializing the variable ch2 with the value A. In the third example, we have declared a variable ch3 and we are assigning the value of ch2 to the variable ch3. Do you know what is the difference between initialization and assignment? The difference is initialization is the assignment which is done at the time of declaring the variable. Okay? Assignment is any value that is given to a variable. And when the value is given during the variable declaration, at the time of variable declaration, then that special type of assignment is known as initialization. So any character variable can be initialized this way, or any character variable can be assigned another value this way. Now let us talk about character arrays. A character array or char array is used to store a group of characters in contiguous memory location. Now how to declare any character array? This is the way. First you write char data type, then the array name which is C1, then the bracket which is the sign of array is equal to new char 10. New is the memory allocation operator, char is the data type and 10 is the size of array, also known as the number of element. The computer will allocate memory for 10 characters using the new operator and that memory to be given to the variable C1. Now in case if you want to initialize the same array or you want to declare another array and initialize it, in that case it is written as follows. Char C2 bracket equal to curly braces, then the character values to be written within single quote comma separated. Like I am initializing hello to the variable C2, to the array C2, and each box will contain one of the character. Suppose this is my array, then the first box means C2 of 0, 0 index will contain the character H, C2 of 1, the second index will contain the character E, then the next one L, then again L and O. In this way, whenever we initialize a character array using any value, that is stored in one box, one value. Okay? And all the values to be separated by commas and within single quote. Now let us talk about how we can take input characters. As we know that either we are taking input using buffered reader method or we are taking input using scanner method. So I am explaining both of them. If you are using the buffered reader method, then you need to write br.readline dot char at 0. br dot readline is used to take input string. Dot char at 0 will give you the first character from that string. Okay, I will be uploading another video on string. So in that video I will be explaining about char at function. Right now I will be telling you that char at function is used to extract any character from a string. Here br.readline is my string, the original string, the entire string I can say. From that string I am extracting the first character, that is the character I want to take input, and then I am storing that character in the variable c1. In the second method, scanner method, char c2 equal to sc.next.char at 0. The latter part is same, dot char at 0 in both of them. Only the function is different. Because in the buffer reader we use br.readline. Readline method we are using, br is the object name. And in the scanner method we are using next method, okay? And sc is the object. This way we can take input characters using buffer reader method and using scanner method. Let us talk about ASCII code. ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. These are different codes used in the computer. Each one of them represent a character. We are discussing this right now because we may need ASCII code when we are using characters or when we are doing any program that has characters. So the capital letters A to Z do have the ASCII code 65 to 90. We already know this. The small letters do have ASCII code from 97 to 122. The numbers 0 to 9 do have the ASCII code from 48 to 57. And the space is having the ASCII code 32. Now, what is a character class? And let us discuss the methods of the character class. So Java has a predefined character class, and what it contains, it provides methods that can be used to operate characters. Okay, so these are the methods which are available in the character class. The methods are isLetter, isDigit, isLetter or digit, isWhitespace, isUppercase, isLowercase, toUppercase and toLowercase. Okay, and all of these methods are used along with the class name. Character is the class name. How we know it is a class? Because the C is capital. I told already, any word which is beginning with a capital letter is a class. Yes? So character is the class and these are the methods. Now there are two types of methods in the character class. Most of the methods are beginning with the word is and few of them are beginning with the word to. So all the methods which are beginning with the word is, they are basically used to check something. So their return type is Boolean, means they return true or false. You can remember that very easily. If any of the character method is beginning with the word is, that means it is going to return either true or false. And few of them are beginning with the word to, that means they are going to convert. They are going to convert something to something else. Okay. And whenever you use these methods, you have to write character dot, because all of these methods comes under the character class. We cannot directly use the methods. We have to write the class, that is the character. Okay. You remember when we use the math function like POW, like SQRT, like ceil, floor, round. So we write mat.ceil, we write mat.POW. Why we write? Because all of those mathematical functions, mathematical methods comes under the math class. Similarly, all of these character methods come under the character class. So we have to write the character. Okay. Then let us discuss all of these methods one by one. First, we will start with character.isLetter. So this method is used to accept any character. This method will return true if the character that you have passed is a letter. Letter means alphabet, that can be uppercase, that can be lowercase. And if the character you are passing is not a letter, then it will return false. See these examples. Char C1 equal to A. C1 is containing alphabet, letter, okay? C2 is containing a special character. If we write character dot is letter C1, we are passing C1, which is a letter, then the function will return true. Since the functions are returning true false, we can store the result in a boolean variable, boolean R1. Then the variable R1 can store the result, that is true or false. In the first example, that will be true, because the variable that we are passing C1 actually contains a letter. So this function will return true. In the second example, we are passing C2. C2 is containing dollar, which is a special symbol. Then the function will return false. Similarly, we have isDigit function. This function will return true if the character you are passing contains a digit from 0 to 9. And if the character you are passing is not containing a digit, then it will return false. I have the first character variable which is having A and the second character variable which is having 3. So if I pass C1, it will return false because C1 is not a digit, but C2 will return me true because that's a digit. Next is letter or digit. Students, very careful when you are writing the method name. See the words L is capital in letter, or O is capital, digit D is capital. If you don't follow the case, the computer, the BlueJ system, the Java system will not be able to recognize the function and it will give you error. Now this function letter or digit is used to check if any character that you are passing is either digit or letter. Means if it is digit or it is letter, both the ways it will return true. And if it is something else, like it is special character or it is space, then only it will return false. In the first example, it is returning true since C1 is containing letter. In the second example also it is returning true since C2 is containing a number, means a digit. And in the third example, we are passing @ which is a symbol, so the function will return false. Now, know that we can also pass characters directly to the function. It is not required that we have to pass variables, we can also pass the data directly. Okay, so we are passing the character directly in this case. Next function is whitespace. This function will accept any character and return true if the character is a space, means white space. Like in my example, C1 is containing letter, C2 is containing space. If I pass C1, then it will return false because C1 is a letter, it is not a space. But if I pass C2, it will return true because C2 is a space. Now these are functions to check if the character is uppercase or lowercase. Is uppercase, is lowercase. So as the name suggests, is uppercase will check if any letter that you are passing is in uppercase or not, and is lowercase will check if it is in lowercase or not. You can pass any type of character, whether it is letter or special character or number or space. If the character is uppercase, means between capital A to capital Z, then the first function will return true. If not, it will return false. Similarly, the second function, if the letter you are passing is a lowercase letter between small a to small z, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. And the last two functions we have, two uppercase and two lowercase. As you can see in the name of these functions, it is written two. They are not going to check, they are going to convert. So the first function, two uppercase, will accept any character and convert the character to uppercase. Okay? If you pass any character which is not a letter, then the same character will be returned. For example, if you pass @ sign, see the last example, I am passing @ which is in C2, the function will return me @ only. If I pass any lowercase letter, then only the two uppercase function will convert it to uppercase. Similarly, if I pass any letter, if it is in uppercase or lowercase, it will convert it to lowercase. But if I pass any other letter, then the same letter will be returned, the same character will be returned. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.